Welcome back to First and Denton. I am Seth Wickman. The UIL state playoffs have begun, and that does mean that this is our last episode. We had two playoff games here over the weekend with the Ryan Raiders and the Geyer Wildcats. We'll look at the Raiders first. The Raiders took on the Fort Worth Pascal Panthers. The Raiders placed second in their district behind none other than the Aledo Bearcats. Ryan finished the regular season 10-1, wrapping it up with a W against the Birdville Hawks, 56-14. The Panthers, on the other hand, ranked third in their district with a 7-4 record, and they ended their season with a loss to the Arlington Heights Yellow Jackets, 28-23. Both teams here are looking to move on from round one of the playoffs. Jay Lathan is in the studio, as always, to show us how this one went. What's up, Jay?
Seth, the playoffs are underway, and the Ryan Raiders have nothing but state on their mind, but the Pascal Panthers are in their way. Let's see how they fared. Starting off here, this is going to be Nemo Warmate, who's going to hurl the defender, bulldoze his way through the line, and he sees nothing but green grass as he's going to chug his way into the end zone. That is 7-0 for the Ryan Raiders, and this dominant defense is going to apply pressure too as he rolls out, and he's going to be picked off. That's Xavier Hillier, who's down inside enemy territory, which is going to set up the run here by Nemo Warmate. Once again, that's actually Trayvon Reynolds, who's going to punch it in there, making it 14-0. Ryan still in the first quarter. It's going to be Hennigan, who's going to throw up a lob right there, and that's his main man, Braden Mussett, once again for a 15-yard pass. It is now 21-0 as he's going to take a seat and watch his artwork, that is his team, perform, as Hennigan once again throws a deep bomb, and guess who? None other than Braden Mussett. Second touchdown on the day. It's a 26-yard pass. And now we move on to the special teams here. It's 28-0. And who other than the Braden Mussett, who's going to spin his way, juke, spin move through the defenders and turns on the burners. And he might go all the way. He could go all the way. And there's a shoestring tackle just shy of glory down at the 13. Trayvon Reynolds here once again with a juke. Excuse me, this is Nemo Warmate, who's going to bounce to the outside, and he's chugging and he's chugging. He's going to be pushed out of bounds after 36 yards, which is now going to set up Trayvon Reynolds, who's going to punch it in from 2 yards out. It is now 42-0 in the second quarter here, and they aren't done, as once again, this is going to be Nemo Warmate, who's going to juke, high step his way to the end zone for 11 yards. That's his second touchdown of the day, 49-0. And they're dominant on all three facets of the game here, as this is going to be a pooch kick, which is going to be recovered by Byron Simmons inside enemy territory of 14 yards. And right here, they're going to hand the ball off once again. This is Trayvon Reynolds here, just following blockers as we get a pancake with the referee in the end zone, and making it 56-0 Ryan. And they put some of their backups in here as, oh no, as he says, Brady Cardwell fumbles, and that's going to be a scoop and score by Ron Tavian Brown from 28 yards out. This now makes it 70, folks, 70-7 in the third quarter. They would go on to win this game 77-14. Ryan's going to face off against the Monterey Plainsmen in their next matchup. The Ryan Raiders are rolling right now with 6 straight wins, and their only loss this year being to the almighty Aledo Bearcats. Seth, what stats made this team great this season?
Yeah, Jay, they ran all over them. Quinn Hennigan threw for 76 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he did throw an interception, but it doesn't matter because the run game had his back, as Trayvon Reynolds ran for 96 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Nemo Warmate ran for 70 yards and 3 touchdowns as well. And the defense only allowed 14 points there. Later this week, Ryan will pursue the second round against the Monterey Plainsmen, who ranked first in their district with a 7-4 record. And the Plainsmen did just beat the Bel Air Highlanders 63-0. Good luck to Ryan there. Moving on, the Wildcats took on the McKinney High Lions. Geyer ended their season placing third in their district with a record of 8-3. Then we have the Lions, who ended up placing fourth in their district with a record of 6-5. Show us how this one went down, Jay.
Seth, we got a cat fight on our hands between the McKinney Lions and the Geyer Wildcats. Let's go to the highlights. Going to start off here with the OU commit, Kevin Sperry, who's going to throw one up 34 yards down the field, and that's Mason White wide open in the end zone. 7-0 to get Geyer on the board in the first quarter. And Kevin Sperry, once again, wasn't done. This time he's going to use his legs here as he's going to slip through the hole and he's going to tuck it and go 38 yards is going to be caught behind there, which is going to set up the next play here on the first drive. This is going to be right here. This is going to be Caden Cobbs high-stepping through a shoestring tackle and walking right in the end zone right there and getting them out to a 21-0 lead. Once again, Sperry isn't done looking to add on more as he's going to throw up a long bomb, and that's Mason White 43 yards down the field, which is going to set up a long field goal here. 40-plus yards for their main man, Ford Stinson, and it could have been good from 50. It's 24-0 in favor of Geyer in the second. And right here, it takes multiple sides of the ball as this defense is going to apply pressure. He's going to force the McKinney quarterback to roll out, and he's just kind of throwing up. And right there is Jonah Shammy to take it the other way. He's going to be returned inside the 10. He's going to be taken down at about the 3. And after a series of flags here on this incoming play, they're pushed back. And this is where we get a little bit of trickery here as the double reverse flea flicker back to Kevin Sperry, who finds an open Jackson Shockley for the 28-yard touchdown. Geyer's now out to a 31-point lead in the second quarter. And they come out of halftime looking to establish some dominance. And then there's a fumble there by the Lions. And here comes the boom. That is Paxton Williams on the fumble. It's going to be recovered by the Geyer Wildcats. And they're going to take it right here. And they're going to bounce it to the outside. And this is going to be Caden Cobbs. He's going to run in from 7 yards out. 38-0, people. It's getting ugly, and it's getting ugly fast. As once again here, there's going to be another flurry of penalties, which is going to get the ball inside the 10, onside kick by the Geyer Wildcats. It's going to be recovered, which is going to set up the play right here. This is DJ Black, who's going to take it from 5 yards out and just cross into the end zone real easy, real smooth. 45-0 Geyer. And at this point, McKinney tries to make a comeback, but Geyer's going to put that to bed here as Caden Cobbs is going to follow his blocks, and he's going to go down the sideline, spin move, tight roping, and he's just shy. The 28-yard rush is going to set up the next play here inside the goal line. This is going to be Aiden Martins from 2 yards out. He's going to punch it in, make it 52-22 Geyer. Geyer would go on to win this game 52-30. Their next opponent will be Richardson Pierce. Seth, Geyer pulling starters at halftime, and McKinney's attempted comeback, though they still managed to survive. What does the box score say?
Yeah, Jay, what a game. Kevin Sperry threw for 126 yards and 2 touchdowns and rushed for 100 yards himself, as well as Caden Cobbs rushed for 99 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, later this week, Geyer will play their round 2 match against the Richardson Pierce Mustangs, who are second in their district with a 9-2 record. The Mustangs did just beat the Arlington Colts 36-28 for their first round matchup. All right, so the season is wrapping up, and this is our last episode. So we wanted to hand out some first and Denton awards to some players that we felt stood out.
We'll give 2 awards to the players we feel fit the title best. The titles are Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, with that being said, First and Denton awards Offensive Player of the Year to Braden Mussett. Of course, Mussett ended the regular season with 12 touchdowns, 731 receiving yards. He has been outstanding all year and even performed well in the first round of the playoffs as well.
That's a good pick right there, Seth. I'm going to take care of the Defensive Player of the Year award. And First and Denton's Defensive Player of the Year award goes to Ryder Garcia. The man had 8.5 sacks, 90 tackles with 17 tackles for a loss. And if that wasn't enough for you, 2 turnovers right there with forced fumbles.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to the inaugural winners, and good luck to Ryan and Geyer as they continue their push in the playoffs.
And with that being said, it's the end of the road for us here in Chilton Studios with First and Denton. We'll see y'all for the kickoff of the 2025 season.
Yes, sir. Special thanks to Denton High, Denton Geyer, Denton Ryan, and Broswell for letting us cover them this season.
Thank you, Zach Babb and the North Texas Streaming Network for providing footage.
Yes, sir. And thank you to DCTV, Dean Marshall, and Evanson Love for the behind-the-scenes help. This has been First and Denton. I'm Seth Wickman.
And I'm Jay Lathan. It's been a pleasure. Make sure to like and subscribe.